Hello everyone, this is Roger Brogan with Dabble Lab, and today we're going to see how to set up our local development environment for doing chatbot or Cortana development in JavaScript using Node.js. So the first thing we want to do is think about our prerequisites, and the developer of choice that we're going to use, the developer tool that we're going to use is Visual Studio Code. You can actually use regular Visual Studio with this if you like, but I think most people use Visual Studio Code, which is a little better development experience for the JavaScript and the Node side of things. So I won't bore you with the details of going through an actual installation of this, but go ahead and download it from here. It's just out at visualstudio.microsoft.com/downloads. Go ahead and install that. That's one of the prerequisites there. And then the next prerequisite we're going to need is Node.js itself. So I've actually got this installed. So you could go with the current version, or you could go with the one that's LTS, that's short for long-term support. That's the one that has an actual long-term support schedule. They're going to release patches, make fewer changes. But the current branch here is the one that's latest and greatest. So either of those will work just fine for what we're doing today. And for the next part of our demos, I'm going to jump into the command prompt here. And I recommend making a directory somewhere where you can do some work. This is just an empty directory that I created here. And we're going to start using npm, which is Node Package Manager. And we're going to use that to install some other additional tools here. First thing we're going to do here is actually do a global update of npm here. I haven't updated mine in a while, so I'm going to make sure my Node Package Manager is up to date. Okay, so we're updated to Node Package Manager 641. Next thing we're going to do is make sure that we have Yaman installed. We can do that with npm as well. You might be saying, what is Yaman and why do we need that? Well, Yaman is a nice little scaffolding tool here for modern applications. So we're going to install that, and we're going to use that to build some templated applications for us. Okay, so that looks good. So we've got Yaman installed. The next thing that we want to make sure that we have is the bot framework emulator. That's available out here at GitHub, Microsoft/bot framework-emulator. And we can jump down here to the download link, go over to GitHub releases page, and just pick the correct one for your operating systems. We've got a setup for Windows, we've got a DMG file for Mac, we've got Debian installation and app images for Linux, so those are all available. It does say pre-release, but it's still pretty good. So this is a lot better than the version 3. So go ahead and use this as your bot framework emulator, which allows us to test our bot locally. All right, and one other thing we want to install here now that we have Yaman installed is we want to install the generator for Bot Builder. All right, so Bot Builder is created. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make a new directory. We'll call it our demo bot.js1, and then we'll cd in there. And then we'll just run the generator. And the way that we do that, now that we have Yaman installed, is just call yo bot builder. So we can hit yes if we want to send some statistics up to them to make a better tool. I'll go ahead and say yes. Then it should prompt us here for the name of our bot. My chat bot for default, that sounds fine. I'll take that. What will our bot do? Bot framework? Sure. And what language do we want? We can choose JavaScript or TypeScript. We're going to choose JavaScript for this option. You can select those choices by up or down arrow. And we're going to choose the Echo bot. There's another template in here for basic, which has actually some more functionality, but we'll just start with Echo and we'll hit yes. And we can see that it's created our chat bot for us, and it's actually going to go ahead and run npm install for us, which is a necessary step to restore all of the other packages that are necessary for this to run. Okay, so we got some errors there. If you get that error, which you might get that error on Windows, there's a command to fix this. And this is just going to go ahead and install the Windows build tools. So let's go ahead and do that and see if we can do another npm install here. Let me clear the screen here. And see what we've created. We can just ignore that last prior error there. So let's go into the directory called my chatbot. See that we've got everything in there. Let's do an npm start. And the npm start is going to launch our index.js file and give us some good directions here. It says go get the bot framework emulator if you don't have that. We do have that already installed, so let's go ahead and launch that. And it says go over there and open the mychatbot.bot file in the emulator. So let's launch our emulator and see what's going to happen. And we have the emulator over here, so let's go ahead and open our bot configuration. We'll go down to our directory here, open my chatbot. And we can see we're talking to our chatbot. If we look at this, this is all the information here on the information sent. This is conversation updates. If we say hi, we get hi back from our Echo bot. This is cool. We get that, and we've got a running count going on, and we can inspect all of the log. We can inspect all of the messages that are sent back from JSON here. We've got a log of everything that's going on, including conversational updates, information about our messages. We can look at the JSON that's sent back and forth. And there we have it. Here's our local development using our emulator. Now, if we want to go ahead and edit that, let's go ahead and stop this for right now. We'll just use a Control C. We'll terminate that. And we'll launch VS Code just by typing code dot. That will launch it in the same directory here. And up comes VS Code. And we can take a look. Here's our index.js. The index.js is essentially just going to launch a little local server to serve up our bot. The bot code itself is in bot.js. So we can see most of the work's going on in this little turn context where we're saying that you said, and then it's echoing back what we sent back there. So we could add some code here. He said this is cool and I've got VS Code set up to auto save. If you don't, you'll see that this needs to be saved up here, which you can do with Control S. And we can also look at our node terminal here. And we can launch our bot from this as well. We could just do an npm start right here. And we've got it launching. And if we bring our emulator back up and click start over, we'll see that we're reconnected to our bot. And we can see it's made our change, right? And it's keeping our count and working pretty much as before. So now we have complete local development set up. I can make the modifications here locally. I can run it locally, and I can test it here in the bot emulator. And there you have it. Thanks a lot, everybody.